core competency is helping companies assess where they are and then help them create a plan on where they want to be in 3 years and 5 years. And then we walk them through the process of transforming their company. So in order to do that right, the very first thing is you have to start with, what are we working with? We look at the financials, we interview all the employees, we look at system structure and process. The change process is dynamic, it's difficult. The company you are tomorrow better not look like the company it is today. And so as things change, you bring new people in, the strategic plan changes. One of the challenges is a lot of kids in a business are going to show up and they're going to ride the family name and they're going to try to get to a position faster than maybe they're ready for because of the family name as opposed to what they've done. If a family business is having a really tough time figuring out what that looks like, then somebody from the outside that is unemotionally involved can help out immensely in that process.
Throughout the conversation, I think you are that firework that has been burning for 27 years or 37 with knowledge about the industry. So really interesting to have your take on kind of like sit back, think strategic, check out what your options are. If you have a restoration company approaching you, I mean, what's typically your first thing that you do with them? How do you engage at a very early stage to kind of understand their project and lead them?
So we're change agents. We help company. So we take a holistic approach. People a lot of times reach out and say, "Hey, we want a marketing plan. We want this. We want that." We do those things, but our core competency is helping companies assess where they are and then help them create a plan on where they want to be in 3 years and 5 years, and then we walk them through the process of transforming their company. So in order to do that right, the very first thing is you have to start with, what are we working with? It's a deep dive into the company. And so we at some way or in some capacity will reach what we hear from every employee in the company. So we'll have one-on-one phone calls with management teams, one-on-one sit down meetings sitting across the table from them, and then also with departments. Maybe it's the mitigation technicians or the cleaning crew. We'll put them in a room and we'll just start talking to them about how things are working in the company, where the challenges and frustrations are. We'll look through the financials. The financials, people can say a lot of things, but the truth comes out in the numbers. And so either the numbers are a mess and we don't have any understanding of what's happening. So the first step is make sense of the numbers, or it's not what they say it is. That here's the facts, the numbers are showing something different. So we look at the financials, we interview all the employees, we look at system structure and process, and then we have interviews with the owner saying, where are you going? What do you want to do with this business? Do you want to sell it? Do you want to grow it? Do you want to move to a certain size? Do you want to do different regions or cities? What is your vision and plan? What does this look like when it's working well? What are you doing? Where are you going? What's the business doing? And once we have that good understanding, then we can start building the plan that gets them from where they are today to where they want to be. And so we start identifying, here's where you're going to be in 1 year, 3 years. Here's the items that are keeping you from getting there. And here's how you're going to overcome those. So that's kind of our plan in looking at that. And then once we have a destination, then we'll come back. I think it's one of our differentiators. We actually come back and walk you through the process. And over, we've had one client for almost 20 years, but most of our clients are a typical probably 2 to 4 years. And the change process is pretty let's say dynamic. It's difficult. The company you are tomorrow better not look like the company it is today. And so as things change, you bring new people in, the strategic plan changes and the reality changes. And so what we do is we kind of walk people through that process. And so it's a strong assessment of what's going on with the company.
Okay, cool. And you answered my next question: longest lasting client and typical project length. So two to 20 years. Anywhere in
Yes.
between there.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the 20-year client, they have gone and bought new companies. The owner sold to one of the employees. They actually were unionized, So all these things happen, and we guided them through the process. But our role changes. So when we first get in there, it's real kind of nuts and bolts. And then on the other side of it, down the road, we're more kind of board of advisors, board of directors type positions. So it radically changes over time because the business changed, and people say, you know what, every year I pay you, you make money for me, so let's keep you coming back. And so things change, and that's why we'll stick around for a long time. But it doesn't have to be. There was a client I had. We doubled in size in 2 years from 20 to around 40 million. And at the end of it, he's like, "Okay, I feel like I graduated. I got it now." I'm like, "Fantastic, good. That you know what? If I made a permanent position for myself, and you were looking for just solutions to problems, then I didn't do my job."
I mean, we are basically at the end of our conversation, but just as you highlighted in the beginning, you also joined a family business, which I think is an overarching theme with almost everyone I speak from in the industry. It's somehow you get drawn in there by family, and it's always it would fill a whole series of conversations, but maybe you can, from your perspective, your personal experience, just touch on a little bit how it was working with your dad, how you managed kind of like that transition, because just out of mostly personal curiosity.
So the I think the early on in our restoration company, I think one of the significant issues that was really helpful to us is we worked together. I grew up on a ranch, and we worked all the time, and I learned work habits, and a work ethic. And that was really important because I think one of the failures you got to with family businesses, a couple of things that happen. The first one is you have people that are going in different directions. They just don't have the desire to do the same thing, but they're all working together. Doesn't make sense. Make sure that you're heading in a shared direction in any partnership, but family businesses, it's important. Uh, that one of the challenges is a lot of kids in a business are going to show up, and they're going to ride the family name, and they're going to try to get to a position um, faster than maybe they're ready for because of the family name as opposed to what they've done. And I think you have to earn your spot. And as a the child of an owner of a company, I think the bar's higher. So I always felt that I had to do a little more. I had to work a little harder. Maybe that was just my whatever my fear, but I also see that that is sort of a reality. You always hear the complaints of the boss's son, the boss's daughter, and they don't pull their weight, and they can't do any wrong. So there's a clear assessment of roles, responsibilities, expectations, and then being accountable to what you're producing and doing, and knowing that other people are going to be fairly or unfairly judging you based on your last name. And so those things are important. I think that as we evolved and went a little further on that, I always felt like I was going to do as much as anybody else, and I was going to work as hard as anybody else. But I also was very clear on what my expectations were and where I was going. And so those were important elements. The, with my father, when we were partners for 22 years as the two of us, I don't think we had a single real disagreement on it. We would disagree occasionally, but we didn't have an argument. We didn't have an argument because I was always worried about his success, and he was always worried about my success. And because I knew that he was worried about that, and I wanted him to be successful and this to work out for him, and he had the same thing for me, therefore we were always giving the other one the benefit of the doubt. As we would talk strategically, where are we going, what are we going to do, how are we going to get there. But at the same time, we also had this real consideration for the other party in the partnership. And because of that, we created something pretty unique. We had clarity on direction and vision. We had clarity on roles and responsibilities and expectations, and therefore we had very very few conflicts in that partnership. And so I think that those are good things. I also, one of the things in our consulting business, we spend a lot of time in family counseling. It's not consulting, it's not business stuff. It's trying to make sure that you have accountability from all parties in a relationship. and that's important. And if you don't have accountability, then you have to have clarity on what the expectations are and where we're not meeting those expectations, and you have to have honesty. And those elements are really, really important, or it'll tear apart a business.
Nice. Okay. Well, I mean, heading in the same direction, yeah, that has to be. But the only thing that I there find not necessarily challenging, but that's where you need to constantly adapt is kind of the speed of pulling forward or towards that direction, because I think a business needs to be evolving, right? And to me, yes, like the foundation is you need to walk in the same direction. But I experienced that with my dad, we sometimes have different speeds where I want to kind of like run ahead, and he says, "Well, hold your horses. We need time to adapt." And okay, but if we need forever to adapt, we are not going anywhere. So this is and that's what you need to talk about and have that conversation going, to not, yeah, let frustrations grow. But this is, even though you are aligned on the direction, which you need to be, I think the speed topic is one where I experience, yeah, that is what you then actually have to manage if you manage to be on the same
Yeah.
page in the first place.
Great point. Great point. Because I think that's a challenge when you have generational businesses, because the kids always want to go much faster than somebody who's been doing this for 20, 30 years. Some of it is just energy, and some of it is wisdom. And so you do have to have some alignment in that, in speed and in direction. And I think that if a family business is having a really tough time figuring out what that looks like, then somebody from the outside that is unemotionally involved can help out immensely in that process. Benchmarking performance and benchmarking expectations, and having a reality set in there as well is important. You're not gonna quadruple your business in a year without massive amounts of pain. So what's
Yeah,
reality? Is going 30%, a real 30% for 5 years? Does that make sense? What is something you can consume, and who are the team members there, and what is their capacity, and what can they do? And having somebody a lot of times from the outside can advise on those and have some reality checks in there.
cool, nice, love it. And that is what you are also doing. So I think
Yeah,
you're doing a great service there, because yeah, you need that outside perspective,
yeah,
or at least it's really helpful in many constellations and situations.
yeah,
Phil, that was an awesome conversation. We touched so many different topics. That was great. I learned a lot. I'm sure our
yeah,
audience and listeners also learned a lot. So we'll probably link your contact in the comments for everyone who wants to reach out to you and help either with strategic vision or intergenerational alignment,
yeah. There you go.
and the technology selection in between. Uh, Thank you so much for joining us today, Phil.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you having me here. It's fantastic. Thank you.